Hello and welcome to my studio. My name is Ido Agassi, and today I want to give you some tips and share my experience designing portfolios. So if you're an artist, printmaker, photographer, calligrapher, or if you purely love bookbinding and box making, this video is for you. Through the years, I made many portfolios for artists, exhibitions, art school submissions. I made them as a gift or an elegant way to store your art. You can't even imagine how a nice and professional display of your art can make a difference. I would start by saying it's completely okay to make a portfolio just for the fun of making one without any specific reason. But if you do have a specific reason, here is my advice and thoughts about the matter. But before we begin, I would like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community with an extensive library of classes for creators like you and me. Classes on art and illustrations, photography, graphic design, of course, bookbinding, and much more. One of my classes on Skillshare is about how to make a handmade portfolio. In this class, we are making a portfolio with a cloth spine, 3 flaps, and we are going to close it with an elastic band. We will start with the tools and materials we would need and how to cut them into size. From there, we will cover the portfolio starting with a cloth spine, then with paper. I will also teach you how to make beautiful corners, how to make flaps and connect them to your portfolio. This class will take you step by step with clear explanations and detailed charts to give you a better view on the binding process and help you create your own special portfolio. The first 500 people to press my link in the description or scan the QR code here will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so get started today. Now let's go back in time to another part of the studio and continue there. I think the first decision you should make is whether the portfolio is vertical or horizontal. If you have both, see what you have more of, because people don't like to flip over their work all the time. Also, if you plan to showcase your art, I really recommend to put no more than 30 papers. That is usually a common limit for a person to see without being overwhelmed or bored. And because usually you are standing by the person looking, they can feel awkward in this situation. If you're having trouble deciding which are the 30, ask several people to look through your work and choose their favorites. After their choices, consider it and then do whatever you want. Okay? I think the first 5 artworks are the most important works in the portfolio, and usually I find the common ground of these 5, and that indicates the color of the portfolio, the proportions of the flaps. For example, in this portfolio, I chose a light blue color and 3 short flaps that goes with the margins of the artwork. So it works beautiful together. Also, the spine is the same color as the orange, and I decided to put the cloth that is the same color as the outside. In this portfolio, I chose to make it entirely black with just a hint of a corner in purple. When I open it, you have 2 purple flaps, so they speak to the outside corner. And when you have the same color on the inside and the outside, actually the focus is on your artwork, which is very important sometimes. Again, the proportions and the color, and this also gives the direction of opening. I'll show you another case. Here I decided the light blue with marbled paper. When you open it up, you can see here the flaps are covering the entire portfolio. And when you open it, you can see the calligraphy and the colors are matching the colors of the outside. So as you can see, there are many choices. Another example is this portfolio. This is covered with leather and leather corners. And when you open it, this is marbled paper, by the way. When you open it, you have 3 paper flaps and photographs inside. So that's also an option to make paper flaps. It's less durable, but it's also a nice solution for the portfolio. There are times when you have your artwork in different sizes. Then what I recommend you to do is see the largest one and cut papers to the same size. Then what I recommend you to do is make a passepartout and cut windows according to your artwork. So you cut windows to the different dimensions and mount the work underneath. Then you have one size for all the papers, but the artwork inside is in different sizes. Another important detail that can make a difference is labels. Why are labels important? First of all, and most obvious, it tells you what you have inside. It also gives an opening direction to the portfolio. Usually there are two labels, one for the spine and one for the front cover. The label on the spine is usually text and indicates what you have inside. If you have a pile of portfolios, you can elegantly store them and it looks beautiful on the shelf. I really recommend that. About the label on the front of the portfolio, there you have many design choices and you can do several things. And I want to show you some examples. For instance, what you can do is print on your printer. I'll take the same paper as the inside calligraphy. I'll take a piece of tape and put it on 2 points. So when you put it inside the printer, it would print. Let me also put one for these two. I'll take a piece of tape. And that allows you to use special paper and not a whole sheet, and then locate it exactly in the place you want to print. After you printed what you wanted, you can just take it out. I'm going to cut it according to the marks. I will also add the same color of cloth for a border. In this label, I will add a border of around 3 millimeters. Let's see how it looks. In this label, I will add watercolor to give it a handmade and unique touch. That can make all the difference. After you finish the label, you can glue it with double-sided tape, with white glue, with a glue stick, and you can locate it wherever you want according to your design. So I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspiration for your own portfolio and also gave you a glance for another part of my studio. Thank you for watching and for being here. Consider subscribing if you're interested in things related to letterpress, bookbinding, box making, portfolios, and much more. And I'll see you in my next video.